It's not often that Hollywood couples manage to balance enduring love, family life, and thriving careers in the spotlight. But the young and the restless, Susan Walters and her husband, actor Linden Ashby, have done just that. For decades, their marriage has been one of quiet strength and authenticity, surviving the ups and downs of fame with grace. Yet behind their Hollywood facade lies something even more beautiful: their family life, particularly their two daughters, who have grown up with a unique mix of Southern charm and Hollywood energy. So grab your cup of coffee or a glass of wine. We won't tell, because it's time to flip through a heartwarming family album that gives fans a peek into the lives of Susan and Linden's talented, down-to-earth daughters, Grace and Savannah Ashby. Love at first scene, and the family that followed. Before we meet the daughters, it's worth revisiting the origin story of the couple who made them. Susan Walters and Linden Ashby met in the 1980s on the set of the primetime soap Loving, where sparks flew almost instantly. Their on-screen chemistry turned into real-life romance, and they tied the knot in 1986, long before either of them became household names. Fast forward nearly 4 decades, and the two are still together, a Hollywood rarity. Walters, now known to Y&R fans as Diane Jenkins, continues to captivate daytime audiences with her layered performances. Meanwhile, Ashby has built his own impressive resume with roles in Teen Wolf, Melrose Place, and Mortal Kombat, among many others. But while their careers have taken them from one project to another, the couple's greatest success might just be their family, especially the two daughters they raised with love, laughter, and a strong sense of groundedness. Grace Ashby, the storyteller at heart. Born in 1991, Grace Ashby grew up surrounded by creativity. With 2 actor parents, it would have been easy to assume she'd follow their footsteps into Hollywood, but Grace had her own ideas. While she inherited her mother's warmth and her father's sense of humor, she's carved out a quieter creative path, one that lives more behind the scenes than in front of the camera. Grace attended college in North Carolina, a place that holds deep sentimental value for the family, as both Susan and Linden hail from the South. Friends say she's always been a writer at heart, someone who captures the emotional nuances of ordinary life with an artist's eye. Whether it's storytelling through photography, journaling, or digital media, Grace's work reflects a calm introspection, a rare gift in today's loud, image-driven world. Her social media presence is modest but meaningful, full of scenic landscapes, candid family moments, and nostalgic tributes to her parents. There's an undeniable artistry in how she captures her world, something that feels inherited from her mother's acting depth and her father's cinematic instincts. And if there's one thing both parents gush about, it's Grace's kindness. In interviews, Walters has shared that raising their daughters to be compassionate, thoughtful women was always a top priority. "We wanted them to grow up knowing who they are, not what people expect them to be," Susan once said. And they have. Savannah Ashby, the free spirit with fire. Younger sister Savannah, born in 1992, couldn't be more different, and that's exactly what makes her so magnetic. Where Grace is quietly introspective, Savannah is bold, vibrant, and fiercely independent. She's got her dad's quick wit and her mom's unmistakable confidence. Savannah's path has been as dynamic as her personality. A lover of travel, photography, and fitness, she spent time living between Los Angeles and the East Coast, exploring creative passions that extend far beyond traditional entertainment. Whether she's backpacking through Europe, training for a marathon, or capturing sunset photos from a rooftop, Savannah seems to embody that adventurous, free-spirited energy that both her parents admire. But make no mistake, she's got a sharp mind behind that wanderlust. Those who know her describe her as someone who can hold her own in any room, blending intellect with humor. She's deeply connected to her family, too, often appearing in throwback photos celebrating milestones, birthdays, and those low-key family dinners that mean more than red carpet events. When she does post glimpses into her life, fans can feel the bond between her and her parents, especially the deep admiration she holds for them. One caption she once shared summed it up perfectly. "My parents showed me that love is not about being perfect. It's about staying together through everything. They're my example." the secret to a grounded Hollywood family. In an industry where fame can often overshadow family, Susan Walters and Linden Ashby seem to have cracked the code. Their approach has always been rooted in normalcy, or as close to it as possible. Despite their long careers in film and television, the couple prioritized raising their daughters away from the constant spotlight. The Ashby household wasn't about glitz and glamour, it was about connection. Family dinners, hiking trips, and home projects filled their time more than red carpets did. Walters once described their parenting philosophy simply: "We wanted to make sure they knew that acting is what we do, not who we are." It's clear that both Grace and Savannah absorbed that lesson well. They've each created their own identities separate from the fame that could have easily defined them. And in doing so, they've become a testament to their parents' grounded love story. A family that plays together, stays together. If there's one recurring theme in the Walters-Ashby family, it's joy. Scroll through any rare photos or family mentions, and it's all smiles, inside jokes, and the kind of warmth that can't be faked. From family hikes to silly selfies, they exude the effortless connection that only comes from genuine affection. Fans got a sweet peek into their dynamic when Susan occasionally shared family memories online. Simple moments, like all four laughing in a candid shot, or holiday traditions that have carried on for years. It's a reminder that behind every powerful soap character or tough action hero, there's a mom and dad who treasure home more than Hollywood. Where they are now and what's next. With Grace and Savannah now grown and forging their own paths, Susan and Linden are embracing a new chapter as empty nesters, but one still filled with love and laughter. Walters continues to shine as Diane on The Young and the Restless, delivering the kind of performances that keep viewers on their toes. Ashby remains active in both acting and directing, recently taking on new creative projects that highlight his storytelling strengths. And while the couple occasionally steps out for industry events, their favorite role remains that of proud parents. Their daughters might not live in the public eye, but they're certainly the heart of the Walters-Ashby story, living proof that fame fades, but family endures. A love story worth remembering. The Walters-Ashby clan is, in many ways, Hollywood's best-kept secret, a family defined not by headlines or scandals, but by loyalty, laughter, and love. Susan and Linden's nearly 40-year marriage is proof that commitment still exists in Tinseltown. And Grace and Savannah, they're the living legacy of that love, two women who carry their parents' kindness, creativity, and strength into the world in their own unique ways. So while Susan continues to stir up drama as Diane Jenkins in Genoa City, and Linden keeps turning heads on screen, their real-life story might just be the most heartwarming script of all, one written in the laughter of family dinners, the glow of old photo albums, and the unbreakable bond of a family that's always been grounded in love.